Starrcade 1995 is my favorite WCW pay-per-view. If you had been on Team WCW that night, which New Japan wrestler would you have wanted to wrestle? Now, remember, this is the one that we talked about where it was the stars of WCW versus the stars of New Japan Wrestling. Bischoff really wanted to try this concept out for a pay-per-view. So if you're on the card, Arn, is there anybody in Japan that you would have liked to take on head-to-head?
Muda.
There you go.
Easy pick. Hase would be another one.
Okay.
You know who Hase is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I always said he was, because I wrestled him on some of those tours, 3-week tours every night when I went and made the Japan loops. I said he was like a Japanese Ricky Steamboat. That's how smooth he was, Hase.
A wrestling historian put in the chat, nice, in all caps. They like that answer. So there you go. Daisy Mama, Arn and Paul, if I can ask for some positive vibes, please. I have to have surgery on my arm to replace the rods and everything in my arm. Daisy Mama, definitely prayers, vibes, good luck with all of that. My goodness.
We'll be thinking about you and praying for you. And just obviously it's an upgrade, what they're doing to you. You said rods taken out of the arm?
Yeah, rods put in her arm, yeah.
Was there an injury, like an accident where you broke it real bad and they had to put rods in? And maybe I'm just throwing shit against the wall right now, but if they're taking it out, I'm assuming they're going to replace it with something better.
Yeah, we'll have to wait to see what she says here, but we'll definitely get to that. We'll hear from Daisy Mama here in a minute. Rob Hissam, our buddy, our supporter. I see your comments all the time. He said, "Can we get a Four Horsemen cartoon?" Arn, I'd love to see you animated, just walking around giving everybody spine busters. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah.
Why not? It'll go with the comic book.
Yeah, I love it. Let's see what else we got. CG says, Arn, this may be a stupid question, but since Michael Hayes' name was brought up, did you and Tully or any of the other tag partners you had ever wrestle the Freebirds? Mainly the original 3 Freebirds.
Not the original.
Okay.
Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes. And you know, I'm like the original Horseman. You'll never top that. The original Freebirds, you'll never top that. So you can put some other guys in there and who are great performers, great workers, and, you know, they have a great history and with the fans and wrestling, like Jimmy Garvin, for example. But it's never the same. And we never got a chance to wrestle those guys. They were in Texas while we were tearing it up in Crockett.
So I was on vacation, obviously, in Texas last week. You and I had talked about this. And so I was trying to see, man, that was one of those moments where I wish the old Sportatorium was still up and around, just to kind of go visit the Mecca of world-class championship wrestling. But it's way gone. So
you would have been, other than being a history buff, which would have overtaken you, it's a dump.
Yeah.
Dirt floors, the whole deal, right?
But somebody could be making some money just walking people through it.
Yeah. I mean, it has a history, and that's what you look at. Hey, for the longest time, Madison Square Garden, the backstage area was a dump.
Yeah.
You know, you would get there with all these emotions, and going in Madison Square Garden, that's the measuring stick for any sports team or any entertainer. If you do the Garden, you've made it, you know. But the history is the main thing.
We are getting a lot of great questions, guys. Continue to send them in. I'm just going through them to make sure I don't ask duplicates. So thank you. Ryan says, listen, Arn, it's on October 5th that the Panthers are playing my Dolphins. And trust me, Ryan, I know you're a Dolphins fan. He makes sure he lets me know about it every chance he gets. But October 5th, Panthers and his Dolphins. So
where are they playing? Charlotte or Miami?
I would have to look it up. Ryan, throw it in the chat. Let us know where they're playing. We can tell you what we think is going to happen there. The boss, Arn, did you ever wrestle Maso Chono or Kensuke Sasaki?
Both.
Okay. Tag team matches?
Chono was tremendous. He was the one that had the Black Rain look, right, with the mustache, the go Manchu, and the hair was spiked. Him and Muda had some incredible matches, even though they were both baby faces over there. They wrestled each other, obviously, the rest of the year where there were no Americans around, and they had a match or two that I got to watch. Incredible.
We found out that it's going to be in Charlotte. The Dolphins Panthers game. It is in Charlotte. Thank you, Ben.
I'll go ahead and tell you what will decide that game is if number 10 cuts loose for the Dolphins. Panthers can pack it up.
Okay. Speaking of pack it up, we had an interesting question from Rob Hissam. Have we given up on the Braves yet? Go Phillies.
Phillies are a dominant team probably, and it's them or probably the Dodgers that'll win it all. They're really good. We got no chance at making the playoffs.
Arn's a realist fan. That he just shoots it like it is.
I've been sitting. It's been so hot. Been staying inside for the last month, pretty much. I've been watching every Braves game, start to finish. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
And we've just had insurmountable injuries to key players, and you don't overcome that.
Especially some big-time pitchers.
Pitching has been decimated.
Yeah. It's funny you just said that you've been sitting inside because of how hot it is in the summer, and we actually had someone put in the chat, Eric Tate, Arn, do you like summertime?
I used to before I got so friggin' old. I can't handle this heat. This humidity, 90%, 104 for a high. It'd kill me if I tried to sit out there longer than a few minutes. But I used to be a huge beach buff. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Chris Orlando kind of asked a question piggybacking off of that. He says, great show as always. So thank you, Chris. But Arn, any hindrance by wrestling outside, as you did a lot in the mid 80s? Any issues with weather?
When this kind of heat it is, I can't imagine. Brock and them at Sting's event, which was this past.
That was in Charlotte, right? Was it Truist?
Past Friday, yeah. And it was outside, and Brock said, man, it was hot. And if you're 25 or 28, he's 28, it very little bothers you. Start being 40 years old, it starts to change. As we know, 50 is another benchmark where in this business, you're so beat up from wrestling and traveling and you name it. You add those layers of humidity and heat. I'm speaking for me only. It's got to pick your spots on that deal.
Yeah, for sure. Michael Weston he was talking a little bit more about the Braves. I saw a quick comment and I'll go to some others. He said, it sucks that Chris Sale, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, is on the injured list.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a guy that'll give you 6 innings of no hit ball any day of the week.